Hear me actually talking about them because I didn't mute the stream, so yeah, you'll hear me twice. But right now I'm just doing some changes to the music sessions even. So if you can hear the volume, it's fine. If you can hear me over the music, then we're all good to go. If not, then I will turn myself up. How's about now? Let's turn that down. Tell me. The OST is all the music that Riley has made for me what is it? ToNW Wessex even. Sorry, that was me being completely brain dead, having been up for almost 12 hours. Yeah, you are seeing a mouse tank. So Ben, who is Mr. Dexby, as most people would know him, has made a tank. Voice is better, could be louder. Thank you, David. Hello, David. How are you? It's been a long time. I will turn myself up. How? I'm just fuck it. We'll just put it at the top. If you're deafened by me, I don't give a shit. That's basically me now. So turn me down if you want it. What am I doing? Right, today we are going to redesign this junction here. You see, we've got a double track bit that comes out of the station like that, comes to this single track and goes off like that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna extend the double track out from there. One track will go right, one track will go straight on, and there'll be a connection between them to make it a little bit better. Yes, it was mixed with the Coronation Scott. It was an idea that Riley, Freddie and myself had to, yeah, just as a bit of a nod, because, you know, fun times. So this is going to be really bad. If this goes badly, I'm going to blame myself and only myself. I'm going to do some deleting. Bring it about there. There we go. Oh, let's split it there, otherwise we're gonna have some issues. Alright. Yes, that is exactly what it says, and for those Star Wars fans, if there are any here, that text there along the side of it says Pringles can in whatever Star Wars language that is. As a little in-joke to when we play War Thunder together, the joke is the shells that the mouse fires are very much like Pringles cans. So yeah, enjoy that. Right, okay, so we are going to extend this double track out here, and then yeah, we'll go from there basically. There we go. So can I? Ah. Cool. This might be a lot shorter than I wanted. Right. Oh. Is that a gradient? No, it can't be. Yeet. 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 So that's the easy bit. The other bit is like getting rid of the bridge, moving all that crap around, and then somehow managing to make this look convincing. It might take a lot of a oh no. There we go. Right. I'm trying to remember exactly how I was going to do this now. I've kind of screwed myself over it. No, I haven't. No, I haven't. I haven't. No, I remember what I was doing. I'm not a forgetful old sausage. Definitely not. That is connecting over. I said that is connecting over there somehow. Let's make it passenger. Ayo, what the tonk doing? Actually, I can show you another tank we have as well. We have 2 tanks and something a little bit worse than the tank. Oh my god, not this. Right. Where's the brake in it? The OST, what I want to do, if Riley is okay with it, is release it once episode 8 is out. I'd like to get like the entire like OST for the series or the season out. I might make it without wanting to sound a bit weird. Might make it Patreon only, but I'm not entirely sure about that yet. I mean, I've already got ideas for a couple of Patreon only things that will happen in the future. One of them being a sort of not a spin-off, but like an extra bit of content for the like Tales of New Essex, because during like the production of the season, I decided that what I'd do is I would basically kind of use the Tales of New Essex as like an over title. I get a title that sort of goes on top of everything else. So now we have the Tales of New Essex Stovell Valley Railway series. What I want to also do is have the Tales of New Essex the Wyvern Vale series. So it would be all of the narrow gauge locos, like all the stories from the narrow gauge railway. Chris and I have been thinking about maybe doing sort of 3 or 4 like pretty long ones to happen whilst season 2 airs. Basically what would happen is season 2 would be airing for non-patrons, and then the Wyvern Vale stuff would be going on in the background for patrons, and then once season 2 is finished, patrons the Wyvern Vale stuff would get uploaded to YouTube, and then people could watch that, and that would be kind of cool. I mean, it's just a way of sort of keeping the patrons happy, because, you know, they need to actually have something worth their money, which means I probably will make it a different tier because of how much work will go into it, like the music and all the filming and all the writing that Chris is going to do. We might make it a separate tier, like maybe $5 or something, but it won't be much. The reason why I've never made like a sort of a limit or a like an upper or lower limit is because I don't really want to like fleece people out of money just because, you know, the reasons. So yeah, it would be kind of cool to have that, I think, like a little oh god, what am I doing? I'm talking and trying to root build at the same time, and it's obviously not going very well for me. Why is that not? I'm gonna try a different one of these, because believe it or not, they have a lot of like thing of whether the track's gonna work or not, which is unhelpful. I mean, that gradient. Am I just making myself look like an idiot? Probably both. Yeah, that's right. I'm just gonna call you active for now, because I can't think about all of it. Yeah, so the Tales of New Essex will be like a thing for like the entire island. So there'll be stories about the Stovell Valley, like this line. There'll be stories about the Wyvern Vale. The Stovell Valley like stuff is like the main one, so it will probably incorporate. Well, it will incorporate the Mountain Road, which is this railway, which goes sort of length. Here's the map, by the way. The island, the Mountain Road goes sort of left to right across the island, whereas the Stovell Valley goes north to south up to Retford Junction here, and then on to up here. Maybe there'll be like a Tales of New Essex, the Mountain Road thing, which is like a prequel, I guess, which shows like the original line and you know, the engines that worked on that. But that's obviously like a long way away, but that is an idea I've had. I've given up with doing those points for now. I'm just gonna move these asset blocks out of the way so I can like get on with putting the track in. God. Because I've also got to move this bridge now as well, which is going to be... I don't want to use the word fun because it is not going to be fun. So yes, the hunters, what I was originally going to do, my original plan was going to be to have like the season, like be able to go sort of between eras in the main season, like in the main series it is. But I'm thinking that there may need to be like a sort of prequel. I'd planned a prequel film, like a sort of feature-length thing, maybe an hour and a half long, during the downtime between season 2 and 3, but we'll see. I don't know if that's something that I can get around to yet. I mean, obviously I haven't even like sort of got onto season 2 yet. I've started writing season 2, but whether I've actually, whether I actually get on and fix the rest of it, I don't know yet, but we'll see. We'll see. Alright, let's play this game again, just because I've done. That's not fixed it. Oh, that one has though. There you go. Do you see that? Good. Okay, so right. Get this again. We're on the. Don't ask me why I've got 3 different Exeter Kingswood track rules. We just do, and that is just how it works apparently. And that has worked quite nicely. Okay, that's much better. Oh no. There we go. So, yes, actually that happens in the next episode, Media Models. That is, in episode 8 you'll see, not 1, not 2, but 3 different Dexby locos coming back to the island. For the reason you'll see, and to be fair, you could probably guess if you knew about the whole Dexby New Wessex relationship, but yeah, so that's going to be a thing. It is coming. That idea that you've got may be like the first episode of that prequel thing, where like they finally get around to asking about what it was like before the Great Western was on the island, or at least was the dominant force on the the dominant force of like home fleet, as it were, because like whilst the Dexby locos were running, there was actual Great Western locos going around doing like interregional stuff and going to London. But yeah, because as much as they're nice, the hunters really wouldn't have been able to go much further than like just off the island, pretty much, like to not even to Cardiff, like Bridgend or something. They really don't have the capacity. But my plans wouldn't be for them to be doing that anyway. They'd be staying on the island. It might be. Max might be the one to do it. That's not a bad shout, because he's, obviously fairly new. Maybe some of the other locos would already know about it, considering that engines like Rook and Pilot have been on the island almost as long as the Dexby locos have been gone, if you get what I mean. So, it's yes. Right, come here. I'm going to try it from this way instead. Nope. Yeah, they are. Yeah, that's right. I can put one down in a minute. Actually, no. Do I have them already? No. Oh, good. This branch. This already double track branch. It needs to be redone anyway, because this is complete and utter garbage. Like that. Anyway, I need to also do a connection that goes that way because of reasons that you'll find out in season 2. Don't worry, we're getting there slowly. Right. Nope. Which track roll was it? Was it that one? Oh. What? Oh. Yeah, hopefully. Like this one was, I won't say impromptu, but I'll, you know, I wasn't exactly planning on doing this when I got home from work today. It was, yeah, just something I decided to do because I've been looking at redoing this bit for a while now, so I thought, you know, I might as well do it because it's fun. I'm glad you enjoyed the emotional damage bit, David. That was almost just like left in as an editing sort of thing for me to delete once I sort of got to the point where I wanted to render it, but I decided to leave it in because banter, that's why. Just gonna have a drink, so like if you hear slurpy slurp, that's me trying to like stay awake. Oh man. I was at the Costa at Cardiff Central Station this morning, and it had only just turned 6 o'clock. I mean, I'd been awake for like 4 hours at this point because I was on early shift and I took a train from Bristol to Cardiff to run back like in service back towards Bristol, and I needed a coffee. Right, I'd already drunk the coffee that I'd made like before I went to work, and I was yeah, I was really in need of a coffee. I didn't think I'd find one. I went down to the concourse, and it was really lucky that Costa had just opened. And this guy at 6 o'clock in the morning asked for a decaf coffee, and I was just thinking, like, what kind of world are you living in where you think you need a decaf coffee at like 6 o'clock in the morning? Like, I wouldn't start drinking decaf coffee until way after like 12 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm still drinking like normal caffeinated coffee right now, and I just, yeah, I wouldn't be able to do that. Right, what level are you? 3952, you are 3994. See? Issues with that. Right, you. How? 39, 39. Huh. 39, 2, yeah. Exactly. Like, people really drink decaf coffee as if it's like some sort of personality trait. Right, that bit goes there. How's that looking? Really bad for some reason. Why is that looking... What? What did I do? Did Max blow up the studio? You blew up the script writer. No, I did actually speak to some of the voice actors for Heavy Freight not that long ago, and yeah, hopefully if I know the one of the main ones that I wanted to bring back, Susie, she's definitely still interested as far as I know, which means that we'll have Rebecca back, which I yeah, need Rebecca back because there's so much more going on with her that I want to bring in. And there was an episode almost ready to go before I can't remember how many years ago it was. Basically, not that long after episode 2 came out, I had episode 3 like pretty much on the go, and unfortunately, some voice actors became unavailable for a while, which meant that the lines for it weren't done, and they've only just managed to be like available again for it. So I did post a like teaser poster, which, you know, is something I'm very good at, is just posting posters because, you know, reasons. Yeah, hopefully they'll be back. I had this thought of maybe remaking the first 2 episodes to a better standard, because currently I don't think they are up to a standard that I'd be comfortable leaving on my channel, although they are some of the they're like some of the most popular videos on my channel, which is surprising but also not surprising at the same time, considering the content that they are. Like, I think they're probably some of the funniest stuff I've ever written, which I'm really happy about. David, my favourite traction. Well, okay, so it's I only technically sign 2 different types of traction, David. I sign turbos and 158s, and they both have their merits, is what I'm going to say. Why is this causing me so much pain? Why? I like the driving position of a turbo, but I prefer the way a 158 drives. So, but I drove both today as well. Huh? Funny man, where? What? Oh, yeah, I get you now. Sorry, I just had a fucking brain fart. Please, no! Come on. Gotta be one of you. There. Yes, I am, Andrew. Yes, very much so. It's all your fault. This suffering is your fault, right? That's what I'm gonna say from now on. Right, I can go to that one, but that one can extend that way. Yes, David. So I am currently somewhere within the region of 20th in the queue to start signing castles, which is ass. Oh, you're an on-boarder for that? Man, now that is cool. No, seriously. That is very cool. I like that. Man, I one day I want to come down to I know they're not that far off being retired themselves, but like, oh, what the flying shit biscuits. What level are you? Oh no. Oh, that'll explain that. Right. You know that bit about making it double track that was a really good idea about 5 minutes ago? Yeah. Arse. Huh. The reason there's a track error is because of that little bastard there. I'm gonna have to... Yeah, I've been kind of hoisted by my own petard there because I've put that in. So anyway, you need to not be there anymore, please. Another 6 to 7 years? Oh, that's pretty good. Like, the government made up their mind that IETs were going to happen, and suddenly HSTs just kind of disappeared off the face of the earth. Which was kind of sad, but I guess it was needed. I guess. Oh, piss off. Oh, no. No. I do have a Discord server. It's not very active. It gets about as much love as my Twitter. Well, actually, no, my Twitter gets more love than my Facebook page. Let's say my Facebook page. There is a Discord. What I want to do, probably, to be honest, is get it reorganized, because currently it's a bit of a mess. There's not really much going on, and this is going to happen again, isn't it? Watch this. No. Oh, I am a root building god. Yeah, how's like that? Yeah. Now that's yep. Very nice. I have a feeling that is David. Hello, David. How are you? Let's wait for it to catch up. No. All right. Fuck you, David. Oh, yeah. All right, fair enough. Well, it was going to be one of you two, and I made an educated guess, and it didn't pay off. So ignore me from now on. And this is what. The pain I go through every day just to like make stuff in this stupid game. I think most people can relate, like most root builders or most anybody. Oh. Riley is not shaking in his boots. Riley is the root building god. Like he can make stuff that I have no idea how it even is possible. So like that coming from me, that is high praise, and I'm not afraid to admit the fact that he does way better than I do. And this is a mess, but a fixable mess, because we're going to maybe a fixable mess. I don't know. Hang on. Over here and do that. How's that? Perfect. Is R766 the standard gauge one? Because if it is, I am gonna literally like book the next like plane ticket over, because I love that thing. Ooh. There we go. There's a slight issue here, as that is. Oh. Yes. Okay. Yeah. I need to book literally the next plane down to fucking Australia and go, like, because that, yes. Everything about that is yes, and yes. 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 I need. There's that video of the two R's going through Melbourne at night, and it must be 10 years old now. It must be going on at least 10 years old, but literally I go back to it almost every week just to watch it, because it is something else. Oh, thank you very much for the super chat there. That's really nice of you. Thank you. Also, definitely all hail the GWR. This is a fact that has, yes. The Karma 99 token exchange. How old is that? Like, is that like, it must be ancient if it's coming under Karma 99. I don't know. It just happens, and yeah. It's mostly hate. It is a mostly hate relationship. Like, maybe for 5 minutes a week I'll like, hey, I love this game. This is a really good game. I'm so glad I bought it like 12 years ago. And other times it's, why the hell did I buy this stupid game? Then I go like play Battlefront for a bit or something. Or War Thunder, or Sea of Thieves, or any of the above, really. Why are you... To be fair, I'm happy for the people that have like just come into Railworks now, because it's so much better than it used to be. When I first started playing Train Sim, well, it wasn't even Train Sim when I first started playing, it was Rail Simulator. And I remember the UI for it being completely and utterly awful. I remember like the route building just being, well, we didn't even have the assets that we have today, like all the assets that we've got now, like the VP trees, all that kind of stuff. Like, it really helps transform your routes. So oh my god. There's a lot of shit that I'd be saying. Fuck you, Chris. You're a bastard. You can't do that. I've got to actually make this look presentable now, which is the issue. I mean, I guess it looks almost present. I don't know. The shit Andy says whilst rebuilding. That just implies the fact that I'll have to like keep doing these now. I've got a way to cover up. See these stupid triangular bits of crappy terrain that just happen because Train Sim's rubbish? I'm gonna fix it with the subtle use of massive rocks. Not that one. No, not that one. And Chris, if you cut that bit into a fucking like whatever you're gonna do, if you change it to say something completely different, I will kill you. Because I know what you're like, and I know what you could change that into, because you're a little bitch. Stop pulling. I'm not his wife, he's my wife. Get it right, Logan. Alpha Papa Palpatine. Right. Okay. Enjoy work, Chris, and also say hi to Daisy for me, because yes. Okay, cheers, Chris. That's really nice. Yep. Got to make sure I don't say anything with a hard like C syllable, otherwise he can use that against me now. You recommend doing what? Taking the train out? Oh, hang on, I've just screwed that up. Maybe. I can do that with the use of doing this. Where is it? You need to be... Let's make that 20 and see what happens. Yeah. And then I can do this. Oh, god damn it. Have you been... I hope you crash and burn, bastard. Fuck you. Everything nice I said about him about going to work and stuff, I just take it all back. Dickhead. Stan, Ollie, Newcastle. So it's probably spoilers. No, I have plans for Arthur to return in this, not this season, but like a way down the line. I'd like him to return, because like he was my first ever character that I ever wrote for anything ever, so it would be really nice to have him like in this iteration. I know he's like a bit of a broken record now that he's returned like what, twice, but I think, you know, people like Arthur. I like Arthur. Arthur's Bants, basically. So, and he'd be pretty useful for like lots of freight and stuff. But to be fair, I'm only just being able to run like Railworks properly with this computer, and it's got like all the newest like RAM and all that kind of stuff. All I've got that's left out of this my old computer is the graphics card, which is a 970, which I'm waiting to upgrade, but graphics card prices these days are just ridiculous, so it's worth waiting. Who else? I guess Max in a way, actually, as well, because originally, this is going back 10 years now, there was an 8F in SVRS, or there was going to be. Actually, no, I tell a lie, there was an 8F in SVRS, the original SVRS, and his name was Jared, but his name, his number even, was the same as Max's. I decided to go with Max because I like the name Max. And I thought it would be a bit more appropriate. Yeah, so I'll do that. Austin! Hello! And also hello Sean. But also hello Austin, because hi. See, there's another bit there that's just gone. So another game I play a lot has way better way better sort of loft tools, I guess is the best way to put it. And yeah, I wish it was the same here. Like I play Planet Coaster and Planet Zoo, and I've just fucked that up. And the way that you can do lofts in that game is so much better than this. It just boggles the mind. But unfortunately, this game is ancient, and those two are not. So it was always going to happen eventually, wasn't it? Right, that actually looks a lot better. Thank you for suggesting that. I wasn't going to do it originally, but I think I can make it work. So I now just have to fix the fence. But that is totally okay. Yes, and you're going to have lots of jobs, Austin. There's going to be a you missed out, but there was a discussion about there being a Wyvern Vale miniseries, which means that you're going to need to be around. I will PM you. I will PM you. Where are we? There we go. And oh, this is gonna look dumb. Come on. There. L plus ratio. Oh. Oh, this is not gonna be good. Right. Yeah. I'm missing something quite sure. Yeah, we'll just nom and nom. Oh, this is gonna take forever. What I should have done is I should have taken before and after pictures. I've just realised now, like however long we're into this, that I didn't take any of those because I'm a moron. L. I don't know if anybody else here in the chat knows this, but this is something that Riley taught me. If you click on these little nodes and press L, it brings the level of the fence or whatever loft you're using up to the level of the ground, which is literally the most helpful thing that I didn't know ever, because I was doing it manually for ages. But this is fantastic, because there you go, in a matter of not very long, the fence is now returned. and I'm fixing that in a minute. But yeah, already looking a lot better. Where is the... What is this? Come on, do it. There we go. Yeah, you can thank Riley for the tip on that. It was very useful, because doing it manually is pain, and yeah, pain is what the ignore that. See, yeah, that is fucking totally true though, because like I had no idea about any of the keybinds. Like there are other ones for like moving the like assets up and down. Like, you know, you have like the nodes, like these little things here. Apparently there are keybinds for that, and I can't remember what they are right now, so I can't show you. But apparently there are, and that has weirded me the hell out, because you can do the thing, and I never knew that. And that's another thing that Riley showed me that I've forgotten, because I don't do it as often, because it's almost easier using the mouse. I'm not good at everything I do. I am fully expecting the game to have a shit on itself in a second, and for all of this progress to be completely and utterly lost, which is usually how it works, which is why I'm going to press that button right there. Please say it's yes. Oh, thank God. Oh, does the height thing work with track? What, like doing this? Yeah, it should do. It should work with any loft. So hang on. Yeah, there you go. But I think I've just... I don't know if I can undo that. I should have thought about that. 4609. If TS didn't have a save function, I think I'd literally cry. So the next issue is then connecting this lot, which means I'm actually going to have to delete the current junction, which is fine because it's pretty bad. Someone asked about these trees, I think. These trees, these ones, are from the Train Sim Academy route, which is really useful for assets because these are really nice. Basically what happens is they're 3D now, but if you go away from them, like if you go to a certain distance, they go 2D, which is really cool. It really helps out with like the specs of routes and stuff, so you can place a lot of these down and it won't really matter too much. Yeah, TSA, that's right. And also these rocks are TSA, and I've been using them a lot recently, so would recommend, definitely would recommend, because they have allowed me to make bits like let's just skip up here for a second just so I can show you this bit. This is Bloodmore. I don't know if people have seen this yet. This is the colliery that I've been working on, which is yeah, it's rather large to say the least. I'm not quite happy with the shed, so I'm probably going to change it, but this is where there's going to be a shed and all that kind of stuff. And where is the nearest... now I can... yep, I can show you exactly where the nearest giant seagull is. It is... there. On this giant lady. Because reasons. And also, I wasn't going to show you this guy, but you can see it anyway. Yes, that is a TIE fighter and an X-Wing having a battle on a football field in the middle of a village. Because why not? Attack on Seagull! Also, can we just, like, VP roads are the best. I don't want anyone to say anything else. Like, just VP roads are so good. Oh, and there's another tank here, and also that is happening. If you look at it from this way, it looks like, yeah, yeah. That is Lord Stovell and Lord Dexby beating up Mr. Stard. I like to think the seagulls on New Wessex are a bit like the dragons from Game of Thrones, where like towards the end they got smaller and smaller. So what we're actually seeing is their like small form, and like originally back in like the medieval times, the seagulls were like the size of dragons. I think that's yeah, that's a given. Dexby owns a lot of things. Yeah. Yeah, so this, whilst I'm up here, I might as well show you. I haven't really not finished it yet, obviously, but this is Bloodmoor Village itself, which is basically here just to serve the colliery and like the little industry up here. So this is all the like marshalling yards for the colliery itself. You've got two pretty big ones. It's well, I don't know why this platform's here, but it is basically, there's like a shuttle that goes up between the village and the colliery. There's this little like halt here for like the colliery workers itself. Oh my god. And that way is Alfred's Haven, but it's got to go down. Like, I've got a now, it's going to go to single track, by the way, that's why that's there. I'm going to single track from here, and then it's got to go down to that level down there, but like in a couple of miles, because it goes right down to the sea. Yeah, the Bloodmoor's basically, like, it was only built because of the colliery and like the railway coming through it, I guess. Like originally the railway just sort of went straight through here. Like this is just the easiest way to get across the mountains, and then when they found coal at the site of the colliery, they built the village. Obviously they couldn't really build it around like the colliery itself because of all the spoil pit, like the spoil heaps that would happen, and like, you know, just it's not a very good place to put a village, so put it up here on the flat ground. Cliff? What? Cliff? Where? What? What cliff? Which one? Oh, this one. Right, yeah. Wow. Going down... What? Where? Who? What? What helix? Where? How many? Oh, what, down there? No. So it won't go down the helix. It will just go sort of down pretty much straight. Like I've got to build the mountains up either side of here, and it will just sort of go along like next to one of the sets of the side of the valley, and head down towards the harbour. I mean, I could do that. Like, it would be possible to do a 1 in 21, because it would literally, like, at the point before the stories start happening, it's literally just like a couple of panniers and like a collet goods, and they don't really take much up and down. So like 2 coaches on a 1 in 21 would literally be nothing. Sean, that happens a lot. Bloodmoor was actually named after the battle. There was a battle here, which is all part of the lore, which is very sad, and but something that I've done. Big slurp. Yeah. Anyway, we're gonna go back to route building now because I gotta finish this, otherwise I'm gonna look like an idiot. But seagulls have wings, so they wouldn't just die. Oh, talking of, like, the fleet, this is the fleet. I said about the collet goods and 2 panniers. There you go. Staven Dan. Staven Dan. Huh. Right, from here on out we've got to use the chalk ballast, which is fine because we then Rook will become NCB sometime in the 60s, hopefully. And that is spoilers. But you asked, and he will. So there. Because I think, firstly, I'd get murdered for like getting rid of Rook, and secondly, I'd murder myself for getting rid of Rook. So, Lala Rook. That's very funny. You say that because that is actually what the document is called, Logan, and you bloody well know that because you've read it. Rook gets... yeah, he's going to have a lot of... oh no. Not this again. Double murder it is. Yep. Right. Boop. Completely forgot what I was doing then. I was like, hang on, what? Oh yeah, track, that's the one. Yeah, take care, Sean. Uh-oh. Bet you didn't know you could do that as well. Brilliant. Which engine takes most after? I don't know actually. That is a very good question and one that I actually really don't know the answer to. Maybe Stan, because Stan, but I feel like that's just a bit of a vanilla answer, to be honest. Like, that's just an easy answer, if you know what I mean. I don't know. What height? What height are you? Right. Brunson. Not even voiced by me, bruh. Actually, I know. I know who it is. It's Alfriston Cathedral, or it will be eventually. Solely for his comment about how he does not feel when Lord Stovell asks him. Because, same. What height? What height? What? Tom voice Bronnan. There. Right, and then I'm going to see if this works. It might not work because train sim is train sim, but it didn't work because train sim is train sim. To be honest with you, I just completely forgot that the score was playing in the background because I don't have it on for obvious reasons. Because otherwise it would be, well, you'd be able to hear it basically. So, how does that have to be? I'm gonna have to look that up. I'm just gonna have to ignore the fact that the track changes texture like right there. Oh, no we're not, because that's how you do it. That's how you do it. I forgot, and now I remember. There we go, fixed it. Told you. That was very successful. I will now... Where the hell there was the other place that I did that? Oh, I remember. Here. Completely forgot that that was a thing, that you had to do it that way, and now I feel like an idiot. Hello, Reese. Welcome to the weird ass, whatever the hell this is, live stream thing. We're having great fun, probably. Task failed successfully. Task successfully failed. I'm still sort of getting on with the whole fleet backstory for like that area. I mean, basically it was run by Dexby tank engines with the help of other like Dexby locos at the time. The fleet that lived on the island was the Hunters, and then there were Great Western tender locos that basically did the rest of it. This was used in, this is the exact consist used in an episode, it must have been episode 5, for one of the opening things. That's just, yeah. This is Bloodmore Tunnel, by the way, just let you know. That's one end of it. Gradient's like 1 in 66, which is completely and utterly boggling. And this is the other side. It's all rather nice. Looking down towards about like that way is Castle Stovell, eventually. Have I saved? Yeah, cool, excellent, fantastic. Alright, just a couple of things to fix and then we're almost done. I am not on Discord, I am just chilling on my own, like, yeah, just doing this because chilling is fun. I prefer it this way, like, not like, you know, I don't want to be like a dick or anything, but I just like, when I'm rebuilding and doing this kind of thing, it's just better to be like on my own. Well, that's a lot better than it was. It's Andy time. It's never Andy time. How did I add the what? Oh, so these are called oh, piss. They are asset blocks, irregular, and basically you can do this where you can actually put down as many of these nodes as you like. And then, if you want to add another one, you just simply hit Control and click, and it creates a new node. And you can do that as many times as you like as well, like that. What is going on? What? Andy, so Is that what we're calling these live streams now? Like anti-social? Because if we are, that's what I'll do, and that'll be a thing. And you can't stop me. Is this? Yes, it is. So my main issue with the junction that will be coming off to the right and going that way is the fact that I've got this bit here, which isn't very helpful. Because unless it's really, really like tight, like the curve's tight all the way up here, expect to see that in a Becking Chris thing as well. That stupid Becking, it's going to use that against. I need to shut up. What a moron. What? There. Do, 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 do. What was the first incarnation of... Well, let me tell you a story about 4:3 aspect ratios and really bad voice acting, and the fact that it was recorded on a laptop that was powered by Steam, and well, the series was, it was alright for what it was. I mean, if I'd carried it on, I don't know what would have happened, to be honest. It wasn't really going anywhere, and the route was just a mess because I had no idea how to use the route editor at that point, and it just looked so bad. Like, there was no tree, not really any trees anyway. There was there were these really stupid platforms which were basically just long straight platforms, and you could put them down and it was great, and I was like, oh man, this is amazing, because they're just, you know, I don't even have to do anything. I can just put these platforms down. I don't even have to worry about like asset loss or whatever. And it was, yeah, there aren't many people that remember it, and there's an original title sequence available. I think it's still available to watch on my channel, which shows just how potato the graphics were. The fact that I was using the original, there was a hall which was freeware, and it had the 7F sounds, and it was not, was it? Yeah, it was something like that. It was pretty awful. And I'm glad in a way that I did reboot that one. Large prairie with 7F sounds, yep, that was it. And plenty other things. The one thing that has stayed pretty constant throughout the entire like tenure of me making routes and doing series and stuff is the AP stations like canopy for stations, and there's only one station that has it now, and that's Alfredston, and that has loads. But yeah, you guys have no idea how like lucky you are with all this, you know, nice new DLC that's got proper sounds and stuff. Meanwhile, we were like dealing with like King trains and the original King, and oh god, it all had like 7F sounds or Black 5 sounds. So yeah, to coin a phrase, sounds like a black 5, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. God, what am I doing? I think I've just about finished it now. I'm just rambling. Oh no, I haven't. I have not finished it. I told you I was going to forget this. This bit. Fix that bit of track for a start. Is that a, oh, it is an asset block. What I'm more impressed about, actually, is the fact that Reese managed to build the original Over the Hills route with the Rail Simulator tools, and the fact that he built all of those mountains that you see like in the original episodes. He built them all by just doing oh, no, I can find somewhere to show you how he did it. He did, where's the level? This tool here, right, is the increase height tool, right? And he literally sat there and did this for hours on end. You see that? Like, that is rising like that. Did that for hours on end with like bigger brushes, like the 500 brush, and he would literally just sit there and do that, which is ridiculous but also hilarious at the same time, because that just shows you how bad it was back then. Because now what I do is I do a mixture of smoothing and leveling. So I'll do a level, I'll make like a 500 brush, and I'll do whatever level I want to start at, like 100. Then I'll do like, and I'll make that a big sort of base, and then I'll do like 150, make that slightly smaller, and then 200, 250, 300, or up to whatever height I want. And then if you smooth it, basically what those levels became is like contours. So you just smooth it out and it turns into mountains like, well, like all of this basically. It's, yeah. There is a mouse on the bridge. That mouse has been there for many, many years, and I'm very surprised the bridge hasn't died. Let's go back. I've got to improve this bit later. Like, I just put a lake here because otherwise it was just going to be a another forest, which, although that's very nice and all, there's enough forests. Well, let's go back to the mouse, wherever it's gone, and I'll show you. I still have that original route somewhere. Dexby. That is why. Right. Bridge. Tips on writer's block. Tips on writer's block. Basically, the only way I found that my writer's block disappeared was by sitting away from it for a while. I know that's probably awful to say, and like you won't want to be doing it because the last thing you want to do is like stop, but that's how it worked for me, and it's pretty good. And also I have like a sort of mixture of things that I can do. Like I can either be route building, I can be writing, I can be planning like the history. Like I've got all the lore documents that I work on. It's a big sort of, yeah. That's all I can give you advice for, really. I've been stuck thinking about season 2 for a while, and basically how I planned it out and how I've got it now is I got a document, wrote down how many episodes I wanted, wrote down a kind of overview of the season, and then just kind of like sort of chopped it up into 8 episodes, or 10 actually it is now. Which, yeah, that's a thing. Hello, James. How are you? I see that you're a lot better because you tested negative, which is fantastic. I've been messaged. Right, okay. just need to double check that it's all done, but I think... Imagine if he... I will ask Ben if he can get a tiger tank in, because that's all I want now. Also, there's a canal now. I don't know if people know about the canal. There is an canal. Tiger 1 or a king tiger? Ooh. Well, the king tiger was more American than the... bit. I do believe you're a tiger because you smell. That's why. That's it. What was that? Oh. Bands. Take my usable plugs. Did you just... Wow, usable plugs. 4AS, right. Where are they? Where are they? Where are they? Speed, speed, speed. Yes, here we go. Right, excellent. This is fantastic. So these are made by a friend of mine called Benedict, and he has done these speed signs, which are a lot better than the original ones, and that is... Right, so we need a... Right. No. There. Oh, you're building more railways. That's probably what you're doing, I can imagine. Usually what you do. Yeah, see, we don't want 90 though, do we? We want... Oh. So now I've got to go along. Turn that into 25. What makes them better is they are like properly 3D instead of the like weird faux 3D ones that DTG made. Cool. Okay, so that's a very big question, but I suppose I play Russian tanks right now, but I am partial to British tanks. I also play mostly British airplanes, but I've been known to do Russian, American, and German planes in the past. I'm pretty biased towards the British because I've got like a metric butt ton of Spitfires, but yeah. That's bad a bit. What is this? Cab. Speed, 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 speed. I need a left. Yeah, Dusty, I bought the Warthog because I'm a dirty wallet warrior, but I needed it in my life, so it has happened, and I do not care. What? It's alright though. Logan, because one day I'll buy you the thing. Why is that not? I know at least 3 people that have it now. Freddie, myself, and oh, actually I know 4 people, sorry, that's a lie. Freddie, myself, Chris, and Ian. The main line between Alfriston to New Harlech will be basically like BR's bit of the island, if you know what I mean, for a while anyway. So it'll be like dieselized and all that kind of stuff, but that's like, yeah, future. This is gonna be, I thought it was 40, but it's gonna show as 90 because weird. Might not show us anything at this rate. Oh, I think I broke it. No, I didn't. Yeah, I did see that leopard. It looked pretty good. But I don't really have much in the way of German tanks anyway, because I'm not a wereaboo like Logan. Because Logan's a massive wereaboo, aren't you, Logan? I think I uninstalled Wreckfest. I think that was a long time ago. Diesels, yes, definitely will be running on the island. Whether they'll be evil or not is down to, well, actually, it's down to me, and I don't think they will be, but I can't guarantee anything. Basically, it will all be, for the most part, at the beginning, all be hydraulics, because we're in the western region, so it'll basically be a mixture of like Hymex and warships to begin with, and then moving on to westerns and whatnot. Which would be good, and then eventually I want there to be HSTs and whatnot, but that's like a long way away. HSTs and 50s and all that kind of stuff, but we're looking at like season 4, 5 maybe, because that's another thing. We're not going like Tom does. We're not going in like year order. Like, we're not going to go by like 1954 now, 1955, 1956, 1957. We're going to be sort of jumping. So we go to 1955 in the start of season 2, but it will jump like towards 1960. The New Wessex itself wouldn't have been too badly affected. The worst bit for it would have been Alfriston, because it's a big hub, and there's a military base there, and Stomouth and or Retford, whichever one I've decided is going to be the not Retford, Retmouth, even on the other end of this line down here, because one of them is going to have a naval base. So like there would have been a fair amount of like Luftwaffe raids and stuff like that on the naval base, and U-boats and all that kind of stuff. Yes, Carla, but basically the warships were like first, so they'll like come first, and then whatever happens, might get like a 117 unit and all that kind of stuff, just to sort of bring those in. Couple of shunters, I'm thinking like an 03 shunter or a 14 or something, but that's going to be a while away. Which telephone? These are GAD telephone poles. So I think you can download them as a separate pack from the GAD website, Golden Age Developments. I mean, a 14 would be pretty good actually, because in real life, 14s were basically made to be a replacement for panniers. So like they'd actually do like trip workings and stuff like that. They do pick up freights and all that kind of stuff. So as well as being station pilots, so that would work really well for like a replacement for Rook, for example, which would be quite an interesting little story to go on. But what I'd really like is Armstrong Powerhouse to do a 14 pack and like upgrade it and all that kind of stuff, but I don't think it's going to happen, so I will wait with bated breath. I'd be very happy and then wonder what I was doing dreaming about Alfredson Cathedral, to be honest with you. 37s definitely. 33. So the issue with having visitors from the southern, other than Dexby because Dexby bans, is the fact that New Wessex is actually quite far west. It basically sits below a place called Porthcawl in Wales, which is 20 miles west of Cardiff, maybe more. So getting anything from the southern over that kind of direction is actually quite, well, rare / unfeasible. I mean, yes, we can make our own like cannons, but it's not something I've really thought about, apart from the fact that I've been thinking about having a light Pacific. Not that it would be Braunton, but like having a light Pacific that just sort of is around during preservation, but we'll see. I haven't quite got that far. Yeah, 14s didn't really have the longest working life, and I mean, they probably end up, the one that was on the island would probably end up being like sold to the NCB or something, which would be a really weird like circular storyline where Rook gets replaced by a 14. Rook gets sold to the NCB, and then eventually the NCB grow tired of having steam engines, and so when the 14 is withdrawn, they buy the 14, and Rook gets preserved by the railway. That would be a very weird thing to happen, but actually something that I'd kind of like to explore now that I've said it. So don't be surprised if that happens eventually. Riley has literally used the entire UK supply of fire extinguishers, I can confirm. I hope you're enjoying all the music. It's probably loops now quite a few times, but it's really nice and pretty chill. It's always good to have some like background music going on. It's nice. I'm surprised you didn't see the scenario taking that unexpected turn. It always does. Yes, also that's another thing. Whilst I'm here and whilst you guys are here, like, shout out to Riley, Riley Cornwall, my composer, I suppose you can call him. He really, every time he, you know, an episode is made, he really ups his game. It's, yeah, he's done music for me, like he's my main composer, and then you've got Chris and Tom who have had bits done for him, and he does his own remakes. He's on SoundCloud. Yeah, it's really good. I had actually thought about talking about the Portsmouth Cardiff services, in my canon at least, having the Portsmouth Cardiff services extended to Alfredston. But that's something for a long way off. But I thought that'd be kind of cool to have something like that, which would mean, like, in the realms of possibility that you might actually end up with something like that. But we're still sort of 70s. The 70s are still 20 years away. That's like 2 seasons, 3 seasons maybe. We've got plenty of Steam stories to tell between now and then, which is, yeah. Right, I'm going to put these rocks in, and then I think I'm going to be done for this, like, bit of the route, which means I'm probably going to be done for the live stream, which is fine, because we've been going on for what feels like hours, which I think it's, what is it? It's like an hour ago. What does it say? Tell me how long it's been going on for. A while, basically, like an hour and a half maybe. So we shall see. I still need to get some food. I haven't actually eaten anything since breakfast, and I'm gonna have to think about going to bed for work soon as well, which is even more fun. Something most likely making it my email. Message me on Facebook, you silly goon. Or is it like a big file? James, we are currently at Castle Stovell, which is basically now a junction, almost. There are 2 stations at Castle Stovell for such a small place, but it's because the New Wessex and Mainland Joint Railways Railway, which is the what you would know as the Stovell Valley Railway, goes through, but also the Repmouth and Alfriston Railway, or what you'd know as the Mid Wessex Railway, also goes through. And back in the day, they were 2 different companies, obviously 2 different stations, 2 different areas of the village. So yeah, there you go. Enjoy. The good thing is, Carl, they'll be both eventually. You'll have diesel and steam stories going on at the same time, because there'll be diesels around whilst the steam engines are kind of working out what they're doing, and you know, eventually they'll be both on the railway. But yeah, we're getting there slowly. I'll give you an update for episode 8. Actually, I spent yesterday. I added a lot of new bits to the episode, which means I'm having to send it back to voice actors to get lines done. I've got lines from Riley, and I still have still got to wait for some lines from Callum and a couple of other people. But other than that, we're getting there. Yes, there it is. To be fair, there was originally going to be a tramway in Castle Stovell, but I've ditched that for it being further down the line at Repton, which is near the mouth of the River Rep, but not exactly at the mouth. So yeah, that's to look for. The narrow gauge boys, they are going to be coming. Whether I was saying earlier in the live stream that they'll be on I've got a plan for them to become a mini-series in themselves, which would be firstly released to patrons and then released to the general audience. But basically it's going to happen concurrently with season 2, and once season 2 is released completely, then the Wyvern Vale stuff will go public, which it'd be fun. But there's plenty to go. We've got stories about how they deal with their passenger trains, because they've never pulled passenger trains before. So we'll see how that goes, shall we? There's plenty to go wrong in that scenario, which I think will be quite funny. But there's also the possibility of extension of the line, because Edgar obviously has more income and all that kind of stuff, so he can think about turning it into a bit of a tourist railway instead of just a woodland logging railroad. Heavy freight is continuing. I saw your comment. It was very nice of you. Thank you. It's I said this earlier in the stream, but it's on the back burner right now. That I've been considering remaking the episodes with the original voice actors. There are episodes coming. There have been written, actually. It's just organising that as well as this. Currently, Tales of New Essex has taken up all of my time, but we will get there eventually. Oh, I've just realised I can see the timer on the live stream and how long it's been going. It was literally right in front of my face, which is absolutely brilliant. Hello, Laserjet. And also, talking of people that were in heavy freight, him. There he is. Hello, Smudger. Someone asked about the tramway. I'll show you now, actually. So this is what is going to become Repton. It's basically a seaside a seaside town that's at the edge of the river, at the mouth of the river. So Mouth itself will be further down that way. I've got to get to there first. But this is the sort of one of the little resorts, because Repmouth itself is going to be more of a industrial dockland area where there's going to be a beach, which will probably just be shingle, really sort of small rocks and stuff, which isn't really conducive for this kind of fun and frivolity. So this is where the people of New Essex come to have their holidays or something, or days out. Thank you, Laserjet. That's very nice. Thank you. Yes. I want the 9Fs to return, Smudger. So that's going to happen. It's going to happen. You're going to have to be there. You might even get a role in this if you're lucky. Oh, I can take you on a little... Right, to finish the live stream off, because I'm feeling nice, we're going to go for a little ride with Dexby 313. Yes, I did build all of this. This is a culmination of about 3-4 years of work, which still isn't finished yet. There's a lot that needs to be done at the end of this line and at the end of this one. Yeah. Oh, there we go. So this is the little station that sort of serves the it's like a little basically what I want there to be is I've put stairs in because I think that eventually you'll be able to get from the top station here down to the bottom. So this is the tramway, and it's going to go along the coast, and if I derail I'm actually going to end myself. There we go. There. It goes along the coast and it will go into the other side of Repmouth. It's going to be a bit weird, but it should be alright. It should be fine. But this is, in canon, this is Dexby's 313 that he's going to send to help out with running of the tramway, because the line is going to be sort of, the main line up here is going to be sort of rediscovered by Lord Stovell, and then he's going to find this tramway, which is kind of out of use. The original engines are kind of well past their sell-by date, and he decides to bring in 313, which is perfect. It's a little 040 with the smallest wheelbase known to man. And then it's got this little coach, which is more sort of, I don't know, it's really cool. And then little Dexby wagons, because we love him. yeah. So, I mean, I might edit this a bit because it's from like a couple of years ago, so my route building wasn't as good back then, but like it just sort of skirts around the thing. I definitely need to redo the roads. Yeah, Blue Yetis are the best mics to get, really. The one that I've got is the one that Reese bought me years ago, which is a Samsung Meteor. He bought me it to do Over the Hills, and I've never bought a new microphone since, because A, I was really grateful to Reese for buying it me in the first place, and second place, I've never really thought I needed a new one, but like it might be on the list eventually. Yeah, so it's just a little beach. I put some of those sound nodes in, so you can hear like seagulls and whatnot. And there's like the wave breakers, and yeah, yeah. Obviously, that's still really like work in progress, because I got down to this end of the line and realised that I needed to finish a load of stuff that was actually going to be used in the series, like sort of pronto. So I kind of left it alone. But yeah, it's nice, and yeah, little trundle with a little sort of saddle tank is all we need. That's all we need. It's nice that the island has everything, really. You've got like a main line where you can blast up and down with like a cathedral. You've got a colliery where you can do shunting of coal stuff, and like the big 8 mile, but it's 8 miles from here to the top of the bank here, which means you can, like, you know, test your driving skills or whatever trains you want, really. Like up, it basically goes 1 in 100, 1 in 30 something, then 1 in 47, and then 1 in 66 for the rest of the climb. So it's enough to really sort of, yeah, enough to keep you going. And then obviously you've got like your trundling and your dock and your narrow gauge for that kind of bants. Yeah, you've basically got everything you'd really want. Will I have any... What's WW? Hello, Jordan. Is WW Wayside Works? I think it is. I have looked at some of his stuff. I played some of his stuff in Minecraft as well, actually. So I think about it. Like, I've not really got much use for any of the locos that he's made, but like I respect like the locos that he has made. I mean, there is sort of the opportunity for thrash. Like, I've been testing like S160, basically a lot of big heavy freight locos. I've been testing on sort of variable loads up the incline, and it's fun. Like, you can get down to sort of like 12 miles an hour and just be like slogging away with this, you know, goods train trailing behind you, and yeah, it feels great when you reach the top and you've actually made it. Yeah, we're all future proof. We've got big... Oh, actually, I've just realized this may not go very well. Hang on. Forgot we don't have a steam brake. We've got... It's just a handbrake. Oh, okay. Cool. That could have been a very abrupt end to the stream. Good. So, yeah, that's the end of the line. It will continue this way. There used to be a station here. I built a station that was going to be used, and it's not anymore. It was a good idea at the time, but I wanted to extend the line, so it's gone now. It's all gone. Yeah, well, that was pretty good, actually. I'll yeah. I'm not sure I've got anything else to drive down this end of the network. Otherwise, I'd drive back, but we do not. So I'll go back into World Editor, and we will just go for a fly quickly. Little sort of encased wall area with the VP bushes and trees and stuff. It looks pretty nice. Need to tone down some of the stuff. Like, this is when I first started using asset blocks, like the VP grass and asset blocks, so some of it's still a bit sort of rusty, but eventually it will... I'll change it to slightly shorter and a little less in the way of density, and it will look a lot better, I think. So the river rep goes that way, and then you go up this way, there's a tunnel. Continue. This is all uphill, by the way, so we're currently, this is 1 in 60. It gets worse, but not yet. Still 1 in 60. One of my favourite bits of the entire route is this viaduct area where you can, you've got cows to look at, and when a train's going across there, I've got screenshots where it's really nice. There's like a little pannier going across, and it just, there's and then there's this. I forgot I put this in, but I just remembered now, and that is it's Mr. Dexby looking at some horses, because Ben is a brony, so he gets that. And Mr. Dexby gets everywhere, of course, so that's 1 in 200, so it gets slightly better from up here. It goes flat there, 1 in 200. The peak of the line is just here, so this is where the gradient swaps back downhill. It's quite nice. It's a lot worse coming this way. You can see that's 1 in 51, 1 in 37. Yeah, there's 1 in 37 pretty much down to here where it goes to 1 in 62. So it's nice. I wanted to make something that would be a challenge, and I think it is in its own way. Although, oh God, what is that? What is that? Gotta fix it. It was time for Mr. Dexby to leave. Yes, it was. And I'll fix that properly later. But it's, you've got the main, so where we are on the map is basically here. So the main line goes that way, and we go towards Moreland. No, come on, we want to go this way. That's a tunnel, and then up and over. There's the main line going towards Retford Junction, that way towards Alfredston, and this is Moreland Road, which is like a sort of junction station between the mountain road and trains going to the Stovell Valley, because you've got that way's the mountain road. So if you go to the other side of that tunnel, you go to the bit at Castle Stovell, which we've been at the entire stream. That way is towards Stowborough, which is single line, and it's just Ben and his auto coaches go up and down there. And then I've got to fix this bit because there's 2 lines coming out of there and it doesn't make much sense, but it's pretty good. 4 tracks then from here down into Alfredston, which has got a lot bigger than I wanted it to, but it's supposed to be a big town. It's the one big town on the network, so on the island in general, to be fair, so it makes sense to have such a big area. Mr. Dexby is an SCP. We have discovered this many times. Alfredston Cathedral, my favourite thing ever invented ever. Rook. No, not Rook. Well, I fucking Pilot, even, and the roundhouse from Cambridgeshire lines, which works really nicely, and Mr. Dexby in his penthouse suite. Ignore the tank that's obviously there, but yeah. Cool. I am gonna call it there. I think it's almost 3 o'clock. I've been doing this for 1 hour 44 minutes, and I need a break. It's been really nice to do this. Actually, this is only the 2nd or 3rd live stream that I've done, really. So it's nice to see that people are interested, and I'm very happy that you've all turned out, and it's been nice to sort of reply to your questions and all that kind of stuff. I definitely want to do it again. I'm gonna find somewhere else to fix on the route, or maybe actually continue, because that's probably a good idea. I probably need to finish that, but I think the next live stream I'm gonna do will be once I've got episode 8 done and out of the way. It might be like a 3,000 subscriber thing, actually, because we're only 30 odd subscribers away from 3,000, which is insane. yeah, we will see. Thanks for watching, everyone. It's been really good. Thanks for the 2 super chats, and thank you to Laserjet for turning up. That was really, really nice. Really good surprise to see you around. So yeah, that was good. And thanks to people that I've not spoken to in a while turning up, which was nice as well. So yeah, I will catch you around. See you probably in episode 8. Thanks very much.